G'day there. Arnie here from Arnie's Shack. Good to see you all back again for King's Kids. I hope you are all going well, members of God's royal family. The story we are looking at today is about when Noah and the animals went onto the ark to be saved from the coming flood. Our verse to remember is found in Philippians 1:27. Work together as a team for the faith. That's a great verse to remember and apply. Anyway, let's get on with it.
I'm back at the building site of Noah's Ark. It has been many years since this project started. In fact, 120 years. A very long time. The Ark is finished now. Here's the bullock driver I met years ago. I wonder what he thinks about the Ark now. Excuse me.
Oh, hi there.
I can see that the Ark is finished now. It is huge.
Yeah, it sure is. I must say that it is very well built.
So, are you planning on going on board?
Me? On that ark? No way. As I told you last time, Noah's just crazy. There's never going to be a flood.
Is that Noah over there?
Yeah, that's him. He's been preaching at us for years now about the flood. No one listens to him. He's just a crazy old fool.
Well, I might just go over and listen to what he has to say.
Hi everyone, it's Stephen here. Time for another story from the Bible. Today we are looking at the story of the animals on the ark. Noah and his family had been building the ark just as God had instructed for 120 years. Finally, that massive task was finished. It was a huge boat, waiting for some occupants. God instructed Noah and his family to take 7 pairs, a male and a female, of every kind of clean animal, and 1 pair, a male and a female, of every kind of unclean animal. Also 7 pairs, a male and a female, of birds onto the ark. So that meant that every bug, reptile, spider, insect, as well as all the big animals and birds needed to come onto the ark to be kept alive. Not only that, Noah had to make sure that there was enough food for all the animals and for his family for about a year. Can you imagine how much and what sort of food they needed to collect? What a massive task! Do you have any pets at home that you need to care for? That you need to feed and clean up after they make a mess? Have you ever been to a zoo? Have you seen lots of animals there? Well, imagine having to look after a whole boatload of every kind of animal and bird in the whole world. Finally, the ark was full of all the supplies they needed. Then, an incredible miracle occurred. The animals came to Noah out of the forest, walking, leaping, hopping, slithering, crawling. Most of them came 2 by 2, but the clean animals came 7 by 7. Can you imagine what it would have looked like? Have you been to a parade before? Well, this would have been better than the most amazing parade ever. They all went in through that one door into the ark. Noah, his wife, his 3 sons and their wives also went in through the door onto the ark, just as God had instructed. Noah now had a new job. He and his family were now zookeepers. For many long months, Noah and his family were to be responsible for all those animals. What a big job! Just looking after a few pets can take up a bit of time. Imagine looking after all the animals in the world on a boat. They needed to work together and take care of all that God had put in their care. God needs us to work together too, just like Noah and his family did. In your home, your school, your church, your community. What are some of the things that you are able to help out with? What is around you that needs your care? Cleaning up our rooms, doing the dishes, sweeping the floor may not seem like the most interesting tasks, but they are jobs that need to be done. So think of Noah and his family and all they needed to do next time you feel like complaining about your tasks. Because Noah's family probably didn't think that cleaning up after animal manure or feeding and watering hundreds of animals every day, month after month, was always exciting either. But those jobs too were God's work and they were able to do them together. Working together is often easier than working alone. We can show our love to God when we happily complete tasks that we have been given. So make the choice today to cheerfully do what you've been asked to do. Anyway, kids, do your best, stay safe, and I'll see you next time.
Hi everyone, my name is Nurse Betty. One of the things I love to do is to teach boys and girls how to stay healthy. Today, I want to talk to you about the art of thankfulness. What is thankfulness? Thankfulness is the feeling of being happy or grateful because of something. Thankfulness comes from having a relationship with Jesus and understanding God's love for us. What are 3 things you can be thankful for today? If I was to think about my own life, well, I'm really thankful for a house to live in, food to eat, and family. In Psalms 95, verse 2, it says, "Let us come into his presence with thanksgiving. Let us make a joyful noise to him with songs of praise." Boys and girls, right now, I'd like you to stop and go to somebody and say to them 3 things you are thankful for. Remember that Jesus loves you. Take care of your body and take care of each other.
Please, everyone, time has almost run out. While you still have the chance, come and join me and my family on the ark and be safe. There's a flood coming to destroy the whole earth. Anyone who is not on the ark will be destroyed. God loves you. There's plenty of room for all on board. Come and be saved.
Noah seems to be warning everybody, but nobody's listening.
Please, everyone. Time has almost run out. While you still have the chance, come and join me and my family on the ark and be safe.
busy day, Grandpa. Mustering all those cattle. It feels like we've searched 1,000 hills to get all of them together. I'm so tired. Great job done today, Shane. All the cattle needed drenching and checking to see if they were healthy. It was fun, Grandpa. I loved chasing the calves, and the dogs were so much help. They certainly know what to do. Yes. When we look after animals that are put in our care, we are caring for creation. God gave us this earth and all that is in it to care for it. I love feeding the orphan calves, especially the ones that suck on my fingers. Is that stewardship too, Grandpa? When we care for all the animals God gave us, we are being good stewards. I think I'll go and give the cows some hay now, Grandpa. And as I care for them, I will think about how God cares for me too. Good one, Shane. But before we go and feed the cattle, let's go and do some e-giving and give back to God. Here's your wallet again, Grandpa. So God cares for the cattle like we do? Spot on, Shane. Remember, Shane, caring for creation is a good way to give back to God. When we give to our church, we are giving back to God too. Psalms 50 verse 10, for every animal of the forest is mine, and the cattle on 1,000 hills. I know every bird in the mountains, and the insects in the fields are mine.
My name is Josiah, and today we're going to make a paper plate lion. What you need to make it is glue, a texture, a black one, and scissors, and of course a paper plate. And then some paper, and to colour it in, you're going to need some pastels. First you have to draw the face. Once you finish drawing the lion, you might need an adult to help you with this part. You get these strips and you need to curl them with the scissors. You can also curl them around a pencil or your finger. This is how you curl it with your finger. We need to make heaps of these. This is how you curl it with a pencil. I think I've got enough here. So now I'm going to stick them all on. When you are finished making your line, you can colour it in. When you are done, it will look like this. Why don't you try and make one yourself?
Something is happening on the Ark building site. Look, animals are coming in from all over the place. 2 by 2 and 7 by 7. They're all heading into the Ark. There's that building worker again. What's happening here now?
Well, this is pretty unusual. Something that I've never seen before. It seems like Noah's got some animals heading into the ark of his.
Well, do you think maybe Noah was right about the flood?
Well, for a moment there, I was actually starting to think about it. But that's not the case. I spoke to one of our scientists. Now, he's a smart guy and he's an expert in his field. And he assured me that this is just an unusual event that Noah has staged to try and fool some people.
Really? But what if he is wrong? What if God has sent those animals onto the ark to be saved?
Well, you know, this guy's a world expert in his field, and I would be pretty silly to doubt his advice. I don't believe in this God of Noah's. Anyway, so I've just come down here to see the show, and you've got to admit, it's a pretty good show.
Well, I'm not sticking around here. I'm going to get on board myself and be safe. I think you should come too.
No thanks, I'm good here, but you hop along.
2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2. The animals came onto the ark. 2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2. The animals came onto the ark. The animals came marching onto the ark. 2 by 2. And the birds came in pairs of 7.
7 by 7, yes, 7 by 7. The birds flew onto the ark. And 7 by 7, yes, 7 by 7. The birds flew onto the ark. And 7 by 7, yes, 7 by 7. The birds flew onto the ark. The birds, they flew onto the ark. 7 by 7. 2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2. The animals came onto the ark. 2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2. The animals came onto the ark. 2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2. The animals came onto the ark. The animals came marching onto the ark. 2 by 2.
But it wasn't just 2 of every animal. The ones God called clean animals came in groups of 7.
Oh, really? So 7 by 7, yes, 7 by 7. The cows came onto the ark. And 7 by 7, yes, 7 by 7. The sheep came onto the ark. And 7 by 7, yes, 7 by 7. The chooks came onto the ark. And 2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2. The cats came onto the ark. And 2 by 2, yes, 2 by 2. The dogs came onto the ark. And 7 by 7, yes, 7 by 7.
The kookaburras, they flew onto the ark. And then the horses galloped on, and the rabbits hopped on, and then the turtles started coming slowly up the ramp. You better hurry up.
Come on, don't miss the boat.
The waters flooded the earth for 150 days. Wow, Shane, that was great reading through Genesis chapter 7. Hey, let's pray before we retell it in our own words.
Oh, cool.
Dear God, please guide us. Thank you.
I'll start, Andy. In the first section, God said to Noah that he was good and that it was time for him to get onto the ark with his family. But they also needed to bring on the animals. 7 pairs of clean animals, 1 pair of unclean animals, and 7 pairs of all the birds, because God was going to make it rain for 40 days and 40 nights.
Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came. He took all the animals onto the ark, male and female, as God had commanded. And after 7 days, it flooded.
And then after that, when all the animals were on and Noah and his family were on, God closed the door of the ark.
For 40 days, the flood kept on coming and covering the earth. more than 15 cubits deep. Except the ark floated and everything was safe in the ark. Everything that was on the earth was wiped out. Only Noah was left and what was in the ark with him.
It's a really cool story about the flood and about the ark, isn't it, Andy?
Yeah, it sure is.
Hey, how about we do the Discovery Bible questions now? Question 1. What's new, Andy?
Well, it talks about the difference between clean and unclean animals. Does that mean that some of them had a bath before they got onto the ark?
Well, Andy, I don't think that's quite right. But I think if we read in Deuteronomy 14, 4-8, it will give us the answer there. Maybe we should read that sometime.
Well, let's look into that at another time.
Yeah.
So, Shane, what surprises you?
Well, what surprises me, Andy, is that Noah was 600 years old.
Yeah, that's pretty old. That's older than Arnie.
Yeah, I reckon it would be. Hey, Andy, what don't you understand?
I thought that Noah only took 2 of every kind of animal on the ark. But verse 2, it says, take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal. That must have meant there was a lot of animals on the boat.
Yeah, there would have been a lot of animals on the ark, Andy. If I do my maths, 7 by 2, 14. There would have been hundreds of them.
Yeah, that's a lot of animals. So, Shane,
Yeah?
what will you obey or apply?
Well, I think I want to follow God's will, just like Noah. Hey, question number 5, Andy. What will you share with someone this week?
Well, Shane, God asked Noah to do this, and he did it for 120 years. So if God asks us to do something, don't give up following God's will. Only He knows how long it will take.
Yeah, it might take all our lives, Andy. Hey, Andy, how about we say prayer before we go? Dear God, thank you for your word. Help us to follow you. Amen.
See you again next week.
See you, Andy.
Hey, what do you think? I think Noah and all those animals, they've been on the ark for 7 days now. And I think I saw the angel came and shut the door.
Yeah, well, I've just popped down to have a look and see how long Noah and his animals are planning to stay on that ark for. There's never going to be a flood. And you know, I really feel a bit sorry for Noah. He's gone totally crazy. There's never going to be a flood.
Hey, look up there. What is that black thing in the sky? I've never seen that.
Yeah, you know, I'm not quite sure. I've never seen anything like that before.
They seem to be moving very quickly.
Yeah, you're right.
Man, that was really loud.
Yeah, well, maybe Noah was onto something. Maybe I should have listened to him. This doesn't look good.
Noah built the ark just as God had instructed. It was made of cypress wood and had 3 decks, upper, middle and lower. It had a roof on the top and there was a door on the side of the ark. Just one door to get in and out. The ark was finally finished. It took Noah 120 years to build. Even though all were invited to come, only Noah, his wife, his 3 sons and their wives listened to God's invitation to come on board the ark and be safe. On the same day Noah and his family entered the ark, the animals came too. There was 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal, 7 pairs of every clean animal, and 7 pairs of every kind of bird. They all entered the ark through the door. Then God shut the door. 7 days after they entered the ark, the rains began. The same day the rains began, all the fountains of the great deep were broken up. Water was everywhere. The rain kept coming and coming until the whole earth was flooded. For 40 days and 40 nights, the rain continued. All the mountains were covered by the flood. Every living thing on earth was destroyed by the floodwaters. Only those who were safe on the ark survived.
Wasn't that amazing? All those animals and birds coming onto the ark. What makes me sad is to think that even though God tried to warn everyone through Noah that they needed to get onto the ark to be safe, they just didn't listen. You know that today, God is also warning us that we need to accept Jesus into our lives so that we too can be saved. While we still have time, right now, make sure that you do this. In our story today, the building worker didn't listen to God's message. He chose to listen to the advice from others. There will be many people who will tell you things during your life, even if they seem like experts. Always check what you are told with what the Bible tells you. Follow God's way. Jesus loves us all so much, he wants us to be saved. Anyway, it's time to go now, King's kids. I'll catch you all next time. Take care and God bless.